Well, good evening, everyone, and good day, good afternoon, good morning, in case some people are still in the morning. Um, we're live with the ALTTP daily race on Speed Gaming. Today's we have AmbroZ1a, and no, I am not Professor Renderer, but Professor Renderer is a little bit late, so us trackers are here to entertain you while Professor Renderers get here. And here's Professor Renderer, so I'm going quiet now.
Why, hello there. Welcome to our daily race here on Speed Gaming 4. This is a mode called AmbroZ1a, but with Z1. So, like, AmbroZ1a? I don't know. We have Fox 470, Technolink, Chimera United, Animus United. We are just getting started here. So, if you may have noticed here, this is a retro mode, hence the Z1 part. And we also, you may have noticed, there's also a Triforce Hunts indicator. So the goal here is to get 8 Triforce pieces, and each of the Triforce pieces are held on the bosses. And you can go in, I think, in any order that you can take out the bosses and however you see fit. It should be a pretty quick and simple mode. So it does have AmbroZ1a mechanics, like the fact that bosses have a guaranteed item. However, it is also open mode, but not standard, so there's no casual start. And so in retro mode, we also notice that we don't have an arrow count yet, and we have a key count right out of the gate, even though we're not in a dungeon. That's because there's a thing called universal keys that's enabled for these races, for retro races. So you're gonna more likely see keys coming out of. You can buy keys from shops, and also there are certain caves that have a take any cave, so you would have basically just kind of play it as if you were doing entrance, somewhat. I don't know. And there's one of the key. There's a key over on Windfox's side plus the hammer, so that's a good offensive weapon to start off before we actually get a sword. Does temper damage. As United going into Kakariko and take a look at that. Blind's Hut reveals a shovel and a bottle. But nothing else on that to report on. And Windfox opting to go into Eastern Palace pretty early. I did see the map check originally, but Animus gave us a good proper map check. It was Eastern with the green pendant and Desert with the 5-6. So there's our second bottle that is picked up from Animus United, and also we do have a forced shield, Joy. Our first shield, something that we can't skip. The sick kid is just a blue boomerang. And what Animus end up doing is buying the arrow. This gives us a wooden quiver, essentially. Buying the arrow will let us shoot arrows once we have a bow. Now, given the way that retro mode is set up in a pretty much identically to Zelda 1, the way it works is if you get a bow, you're actually cutting into your rupee count. So here, if you with the wooden arrows, when you get a bow, you're shooting. Every time you shoot an arrow, you're taking away 10 rupees. So pretty easy to kind of calculate the how many arrows you have based on rupee count. So if you have, let's say, like 1,200 rupees, that gives you 120 shots on the bow. If you have, when we get the silver arrow quiver, that's 50. That jumps up to from 10 arrows to 50 arrows. So a bit more careful. Although it's not like we're going to be killing Ganon anyway, because we are playing it in Triforce Hunt as the goal. Animus taking a look at the shovel. That was just 3 bombs, so that's a save quit. Right now, Animus is doing the self-shore checks, while everyone else is pretty much just following in his footsteps. Starting with the dam check is our Power Glove. The Sunken Treasure next is just a 20 rupee. Given the way that the mode works, it's good to have rupees in the tank. Just in case you do find a silver, find a bow, so that you can at least start shooting arrows. Of course, you still have to deal with the consideration that, oh yeah, we still have to deal with the rupees that we actually have to pay for, like Zora, entry into pod, both digging and chess games, stuff like that. Another thing too is given that we don't have an arrow capacity, any and all any rupees that any arrows that would have shown up are converting to rupees. We do find the magic mirror over on Animus' side, and Plumeria Knight is heading right into that. So Plumeria will get his mirror here, as well as a key. It's currently at 4 keys out of a maximum of 9. And before you ask, no, there isn't a skull key that turns our key count into the letter A. It's just capped at 9 no matter what. So you have to either buy keys or just find them in the chests themselves. The Mary Knight's going to the bag of escape. Get our first sword of the Bag of Escape. And it looks like Pomeranian Knights opted to go for the Dark Cross from here. Animus will also do the same thing after getting his sword. And so Technolink is heading to Ice Rod Cave, which I believe we've already seen. We do find Quake out of the Dark Cross. So that's a good way to start. It's funny because I actually had learned a trick for Dark Cross. Animus is having a little bit of trouble trying to find the chest for it. I did find a trick to it that makes it pretty easy to get without having the rope bother you. Animus is having significant trouble trying to find it. There we go. There's that Quake. Dark rooms aren't difficult to learn. It's just the execution of it can get tricky if you get lost. Mario's now on the mountain. The old man didn't give anything of notes. I mean, Arturo, you could, in a way, yes, you can have the lamp, but that would defeat the point of doing doing dark cruise about it in the first place. Because, well, you have the lamp. There's blue meal on the inside of Spec Rock. Marionite going to go head look like heading into Hera. But they also, speaking of that lamp, there it is. I must have missed it when I looked over to Pomeria's side originally. So yeah, we can at least do well, we could do the Hera basement if we really wanted to, but we had the big key, so might not really of significant value. There's that Moon Pearl in the front of Escape. So through collective conscious or consensus, I don't know what word I'm looking for this one. We have Dark World access, which Windfox has that hammer, which was found at the back of Saha Hut, which is what Animus needs to do in order to get over to the Dark World. Windfox does pick up the glove from Mini Moldarm Cave. Maria's doing the bomb jump that's common nowadays with the spin clip. And the Maria Knight's on his way to fight Moldarm. We do find what looked like the ice rod. the first chest of escape is the moon pearl. That's what I mean. Like the first chest of the front of escape is the moon pearl. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at a clip right now, and that was the ice rod. I wanted to verify that for myself. And looks like Animus is going to make his way to the Saha hut. That will give him Darkwood access. Okay, Officer, I'm starting to think that you're just trolling me at this point. The Marine Right doesn't rage Moldorm, which I didn't understand because there's no no hammer of note. But there we go. We do have the first Triforce piece picked up over on Plumeria's side. Crystal's a pendant to this. We don't really care because we're working about the bosses over anything else. Alright, it's time for Animus inside the Cave 73. Is it overhyped? No, it's a bow, so at least it's not completely overhyped. I mean, name hype cave is still overrated as all get out, but at least we have a bow, and now we can shoot rupee arrows. We have, it looks like on Animus' side, he has 53 shots in the quiver. Technically does now has Darkwood access, and Pomeranian is doing the is I am choosing to do Hera Basement and does get a key back after spending one. When Fox is taking a look at the Zora check, we do get a key out of it, so not completely, nothing too bad. Like with with retro mode, it's pretty easy to get keys. Like it is very easy to get keys. So with Windbox right now, he's got 7, which considering that we're going into pod here, he would at least have 1 key to spare. Whereas Animus is doesn't have quite enough keys to get through everything, so you're more likely gonna play it kind of like you would do in a key sanity mode. Of course, Animus is just gonna go ahead to Easter Palace first, which makes sense. You don't have the keys for you don't have all the keys that you can do to finish up pod. And plus, you have a boss that you can clear for a Triforce piece of 3. With Pomeranian Knight being the first one to actually get a boss completed. I did spot something. Okay, there's another mail that we found. Alright, Darkbolt map check is Turtle Rock and Thieves Town are pendants, and 5-6 is Ice Palace. Again, not like the pendants and crystals really matter. It's there just because, well, I mean, it's part of the vanilla game in and of itself. We can't just drop a thing for AmbroZ1a AmbroZ1a. I think I'm just gonna call it that from here on out. We can't just drop a thing for AmbroZ1a where we can just show Triforce pieces all over the place, because that doesn't make sense, because it's just the prize for defeating the boss, the item that you get for defeating the boss. Alright, so Windfox will come in and receive that Ice Rod, whereas Technolink is opting to also do Eastern, because looks like, again, it's another one of those cases where you don't have necessarily enough keys, but you will get enough keys when you do when you're doing the play for Eastern, because it looked like from going into Eastern there was a key that we found. So getting this key here wouldn't matter because you're using it on the door anyway. It's not like it's like key drop shuffle where you have to keep an eye on how many keys did you actually have, more so than you would do it in a key standing mode. And we did the same thing heading towards Armos. Windfox is choosing to go to Sank, not head over to Cave 73. And it looks like it's gonna head up the mountain, which is fine because you do have a boss to clear here to give you a Triforce piece. The Marriott Knight will be on the way to get the bow. Although with Windfox's decision to go up the mountain here, because yes, you do have a boss to clear. You will be late to that to the bow that is in Cave 73. Okay, moving right along. We do have our first our first Armos fight. Helmstar's gonna come right after this. So Animus is opting to resort to not doing the quick kill, which, given the fact that you're spending rupees to get to use a bow, it would be more it would be more rupee efficient to go for the quick kill. Because you only need 18 shots to do it. Okay, it looks like Animus is opting to go for the green pendant first, which that's fine because you don't need to worry. Oh wow, vanilla boots. Awesome. Well, you did get some. Well, at least you get something out of it, even if it means it was vanilla. And yeah, it's funny because it's even more funny you can consider that the green pendant is here in Eastern Palace, which is vanilla. So double vanilla, double the fun. I mean, at that rate, you would probably just go for Neapolitan. Like Neapolitan ice cream is delicious, even though it's just chocolate vanilla, and strawberry. Nothing else. Green pen I picked up for Technolink. First Triforce piece acquired. Wait, is it always vanilla? If the green pendant is the boots always vanilla? If it's the green pendant, is that just a behavior with AmbroZ1a that I didn't know? Or is it just a weird coincidence? While I'm kind of figuring that out, flippers were picked up in the big key chest of Pod. Now, interestingly, Animus looked like he had spent a key while in Eastern. I don't think he ever picked up the key that's on the Igor. Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know that was actually a property that was a property regarding the boots. Or regarding vanilla. Oh yeah, and Windfox did also finish up Moldorn Fight. Yeah, and that was for his first Triforce piece. Anyway, just bringing up the data here. Technolink is going through Pod. Now, I'm hoping that Animus does find another key, or at least at least if he did get a key, I must have not noticed it. Actually, looks like that's actually no. I think he did get a key because that would have been 3. Here looks like he's gonna hammer him. Which I guess to be fair, that makes sense because you want to save a key coming out of Pod, considering you have 6 doors you had to unlock. I mean, I get that I get that messed up sometimes when I'm doing like anything retro related because you know, like more commonly veterans. Oh, so pardon me. I said, oh hey, it's a maximum of 9. Oh wait, never mind. You can. There is an extra digit. I thought I've only had a maximum of 9. So I actually just looked at it over Animus' side. Looked like he didn't have enough time to do the hammer jump, and it fell through the crack. And choosing not to pursue Helmasaur? I don't necessarily agree with this decision because you're giving up a possible boss clear. If you were to get the hammer up here, you would at least have a boss clear along your route. If the reasoning for this call was to save keys, then I could understand it somewhat. But you'd still would come up with one key either way, and you could use that towards something like I don't know. You have the book. You have the book. You could do desert. You also can do Thieves Town. If you were to continue forward, and pursue in the pursuit towards Helmasaur King, but if that was the case, you could probably. I think what you could do was, if you were to kill Helmasaur, you would choose one of the dungeons, and the more likely choice would be Thieves Town. At least that's just how I'm reading it. Animus is going to do the do this catfish check. It's just another key, so you can at least now do both clears of the Desert and Thieves if you were to pursue it. If you were to go back to do to kill Helmasaur here. American almost fell on the bridge. I really need to. I'm gonna have to like lab this sometime because I fell down that before, thinking I would be jumping down, but I just passed through the trigger, the collision for it, which I don't know if that's just some weirdness with that particular piece of collision, or it's just I'm way too far to the right or whatever. So, when Fox is gonna leave Skull Woods, looked like there really wasn't anything too exciting to deal with, to find out there. But I know one thing that Windfox will probably do is going to Thieves Town. Yes, it is low percent. But it is something that you can do. Well, of course, he'll just go through. He'll go through and check out the. He'll go and check out Graveyard Ledge. At least the one thing he's gonna do is not go past the suspicious-looking bush. Alright. Cave Graveyard Ledge is Mitts. Okay. So I guess now we can go through the suspicious looking the suspicious looking patch of grass. Or just yeah, there you go. Oh, actually, there was also a Helmasaur King fight. Then I was more focused on the Graveyard Ledge thing, and that was that's the second boss on the table for Technolink. This will be Pomeria's third. Alright, Preliminary Night will now do the Hookshot King fights. There's our Ether Medallion inside Thieves Town. Animus is choosing to go to Desert. We have 3 dungeons that we are going through right now. Technolink is... Technically, he's going to go to the mountain. This will be for the hero play. There we go. That's a Hookshot King fight completed on Plumeria's side. Choosing to go for the hammer because it wants to save some arrows in case I apologize. I sorry for the mispronouns. Yeah, so that would be the third. That's the third one, the third Triforce piece for Preliminary Knights. And it looks like he wants to go to Desert as well. So that will be the 4th one going into this. That'll be the fourth one. So we're halfway through our pool. Now, remind me really quick. We did see a Bombos medallion. Where was that? Because that does open up. Because that does open up Ice Palace. Because we did have mitts. And that was on Windfox's side, because he ended up doing the Graveyard Ledge check. Yeah, Animus is opting to go into Iguna's Cave for just a small key, but not electing to go into. Well, granted, he doesn't have a fire source. Because he doesn't have a fire source because he doesn't have that lamp that's on the mountain and on top of Spectacle Rock. Well, we do find a Master Sword in the Bonk Rocks. So yeah, that's not a fault of him of his own, just because there's no way you can. Oh right, Bombos was in Paradox Cave. Okay, good to know. Yeah, so yeah, and one of our triggers, Nervindulch, has confirmed that as well. So yeah, so through here, ice is open for Windfox, because he does have those mitts. That was on Graveyard Ledge. But that is also, so that is the second Triforce piece for Windfox. Now, Windfox does not have a bow because he hasn't went over to Cave 73. But it looks like he may be on the way to do that. Oh, there's another sword. So that's 3 swords that we know of. And right now, Preliminary Knight is gonna head over and do Desert Palace. Or we no, Desert Palace. Well, Pomeria's gonna do the Lambo fight. That's the boss of Desert Palace. What am I saying? Yeah, gets it done. Not bad. So we're already now halfway to completing this. So when Pomeria Knight heads over to East Death Mountain, or did he already do East Death Mountain? I don't think he did. I think he did I think he ended up doing okay, yeah, he didn't end up. He hasn't went over to East Death Mountain yet because he doesn't have bombos. Because he did only Hera, and that was it. Animus opted to grab the small key that was on the bombos tablet. This is just a flipper check. I wanted to make sure because he doesn't have mitts yet. Winfox is the only one to do so. Right, yeah, because an Artero or one of our the other of our chakras pointing out because Pomeria didn't have the hammer when he arrived over to Hera, because it would make sense because he did a fire sword fight. He wouldn't have possibly had access to East Step Mountain because the hammer came up pretty late. Yeah, with Winfox is just gonna run the Swift chain, just normal stuff. That will lead to the bow. From there. Oh, look! Did we see a flute? So we didn't get to see a flute. So incoming flute activation. Given a little bit of a surprise to note that the flute's actually already activated. The flute was on the ding. Okay. Yeah, a little surprised to know that the flute actually comes pre-activated when you get it. Well, at least if I think that's the case. It could just be a property of AmbroZ1a. I don't know. That or I must have missed the fact that that doesn't make sense because there was no flute cutscene. Either way, the flute's in the inventory, so Winfox will get the bow here. As well as the mirror shield, because joy, we couldn't avoid any of those shields. So it's sort of like Lana B when I mentioned how bad the shields are when you can't avoid them. So Winfox is gonna go and do the pyramid ledge, which will give him a mail upgrade. Oh, I must have missed the fact that half magic was picked up for half magic was at the chess game. I'm guessing Animus. So Animus was running to do the ether tablet, but realized, oh wait, I've already done it. There's a 20 rupee that's on the Floating Highlands. And Tetlink does also take care of Blind for his third Triforce piece. The Marionite is also a D sound. This will make it his 5th clear. His 5th Triforce piece. From there, you're probably gonna go and you're probably gonna look for. You're probably gonna head up to I think you're heading to Death Mountain after a Skull Woods dip, if he hasn't done it already. Because right now, you would need in order to finish this out, you would need like the more ideal situation here is that you would need a fire rod for Skull. That would make it the 6th one. It would also get you Ice Palace, if you hadn't done it already. And then Samaria. That would lead to Myra and Turtle Rock. It's so to answer our like in the chat, it's just 8 pieces and that's it. You can't once you get 8 pieces, you just talk to a NPC named Muradala that's outside the castle, and you win. There's no need to fight there's no need to fight Ganon. You just have the Triforce pieces and you're good. Very nice Armos quick kill for Windfox, which that kind of shows again it is more magic efficient or rupee efficient to go for the quick kill in that situation. So that's 3 on the board for Windfox. We'll get the vanilla boots here, and then what's more likely going to happen is going to pawn. Come on. You have 11 keys. You have plenty. You'll either come up with either 5 or 6 keys, depending on how you use your keys. Or even less than that, too. Oh, and Preliminary does get his 5th Triforce piece after defeating Blind. So incoming Tempered Sword for Preliminary Knights. And yeah, this will be well, probably after the C-shape house check, could be a Skull Woods dive if he hasn't done it already. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So then it's well, he's got mirror out. It's okay. Okay. So this is for Graveyard Ledge. This will give him mitts. Then maybe Skull Woods? Emma's looking a little in a very precarious spot, but does defeat it with doing that that spin to knock out both the two remaining Lammolas for the third Triforce piece. I don't know, a little close there. Alright, so this will be a check of King's Tomb, which I don't think we've seen already. It does lead to a small key, though. So I'm thinking at this point, this might be a play for Skull, because he did choose to go to Graveyard Ledge first. We are getting a lumberjack check. It shouldn't. I mean, we'll see if it is required. That would at least cost 2 keys. Okay, it's just a 5 rupee, so I guess completely dead. You do save at least 2 keys. Yeah, so there's that Skullwoods play. This, and then after this, I'm thinking this might be a Death Mountain play. Technically gets the powder from the Bombos tablet. And then I'm thinking next. So his road now is probably heading up to maybe wanting to do now I don't in Tendoling's case, you're hoping to find myths somewhere nice. And I don't but with Thieves Town cleared, and I'd imagine Skullwood's already looked at, he probably has orphaned off those myths. So here, technically, he's just going to go ahead and take care of Buldorm because he hasn't done it already. This will at least tie. This will at least tie the counts at 5 with Plumerian Knights. And here's Animus heading into heading to Pod as well. By heading to Pod. And this will and this will get him at the halfway point. Although with 9 keys to his name, I still think he could have just I still think he could have done this all in one go instead of just leaving early. I don't know if he was just concerned about I don't know if he was concerned about the key count coming out, which I guess it makes sense if you looked at it that way. But you were still passing up on a Triforce piece at the end of the day. So incoming. So Plumerian Knight is at the East Step Mountain right now. This will give him access to Ice Palace. This will result in and that will also result in a this will result in a clear of we also see some East Mountain stuff. We will see we'll see Super Bunny Cave and one check of Hookshot Cave, and also the medallion required for Turtle Rock. And Tetlink does finish off Moldorm. That'll give him the 5th Triforce piece. There's that bomb boost for Preliminary Night. Might be feeling a little bad considering if the hammer was picked up earlier, he probably would have had it a while ago. But at this rate, it doesn't really matter. Unbeknownst to him, he's got more stuff done. I'd argue. Where Tetlink is also kind of close by as well, in a similar scenario to Preliminary Night, where he's gonna have to do East Step Mountain again. However, he did have that Bombus medallion, so this is only for Dark Depth Mountain in this case. Yeah, so Quake is required for Turtle Rock. I mean, not like it matters because we did have all 3 medallions anyway, so we just use it. We just wait to see which one it is, and then we just use the medallion to open it. Yeah, so they are kind of close by. So Preliminary and Tetlink are close by. Wind Fox is going to be the first one to do the Ice Palace play, and I totally think this is the right call because you do have the material to do it. Now, yes, you don't have Samaria for this, so you have to do an Ice Palace bomb jump. But in this case, you're trying to find Triforce pieces. You're trying to find dungeons that you can clear to get Triforce pieces. This will, upon completion of this will tie between Technolink and Wind Plumeria. Looks like Plumeria and I accidentally picked up the pot and need to bonk off of this. It's just the small key. So, oh wait, there's Samaria. Technolink found it in I think that was that Samaria? I think it looks like he found it out of Spike Cave. Hang on. Oh no, wait, that's a hookshot. Never mind. I looked at it for a second and I thought that was Samaria. Never mind. So that's a hookshot in Spike Cave. Kind of out of the way. And Plumeria Knight didn't do Spike Cave. So this will lead to Swamp Palace. And also more checks in Spike Cave, or in Hookshot Cave. More than Plumeria Knight did. But that also now means... So, actually at this rate, you're looking for a fire rod. Technically, it's looking for a fire rod, because that will lead to. So if he finds fire rod here, this is go mode. So yeah, so this and although yeah, he does have bombos, I think a fire would be nicer for him. Well, yeah, like, well, assuming that you have, like, well, right, because he doesn't have mitts. So, and that means, so So the hookshot ended up being on Spike Cave Scruff. And yeah, I was going to respond to our tail. This is assuming that he gets mitts next time he gets mitts. Has a chance to go to mitts. Which, at this rate, is pretty orphaned off from. Now, the only way that he can get those mitts at that rate is if he finds Fire Rod. Because that would give him an incentive to head over to... That would at least give him an incentive to go over to Hookshot Cave. It would give him an incentive to go and do Graveyard Lich. That would give him mitts for Gomo. So yeah, that's kind of how I see that would be his one outs here. There's nothing else that you by completing this is all of the checks that you can do without mitts. All the dungeons you can do without mitts. So here we have an Argus fight for Technolink. Windfox is going to be on his way to Cold Stare. This will get him to five Triforce pieces, whereas Primary Knight will be on his 6th. But I think at this point, Technolink does have some advantage. Now, it would be a bigger advantage for him if he finds Fire Rod. Because Spike Cave is one of those checks where it's pretty out of the way, and for it to have hookshot, that's very concerning. Because you're gonna have to go up to dedicate a mountain trip to doing a one-off. So here in this case, if you find Fire Rod here, then you're good. If you don't, then I'd say you go to Hookshot Cave from here, and then from there, I think it's the early last location, unless Technolink has something else. There's the 5th Triforce piece for Technolink. Sorry, Windfox. He's already got his. He's already up at 6, right here. Preliminary will get his 6 soon. There's that 6th Triforce piece for Primary Knight. Now, another out would be Samaria. But even then, you would still have to, but even then, you're still going to have to deal with the mitts. So no matter how you slice it, whether it be Fire Rod or Samaria, you still need mitts. Nothing inside the Myers shed. Technolink is on his way to left side swamp. And Primary Knight's gonna go ahead and turn in the big bomb. Both 5/6 crystals have been completed, so makes sense to do it here. And nothing in Swamp Palace. You're only here for the Triforce piece, nothing else. So he's going to go over to. He's flew over to 3. Animus will get the bits here. This is a powder turn-in for Tettlink. There's the red boomerang for Tettlink, which something that Animus already done. And nothing off the big bomb. Where is either that Fire Rod or Samaria? I'm thinking it might be in Hookshot Cave. But you would still need mitts to get it. But it looks like that he may have just kind of pieced it together here. It's also it could also be in Meyer. I don't know if we saw the medallion for Meyer. I mean, Windfox can totally go in there. I mean, like, everyone can go in there at this point because it doesn't matter what medallion it doesn't really matter what medallion it is because we have all 3 of them. So the thing about it is it's really hard to justify a Samarialess ice or a Samarialess Meyer. Because yes, normally you're only there for you'll only get 2 items out of it. But with the fact that we're playing with retro mode, all the key consideration is taken out. So you have a bit more checks to do, as opposed to just regular play, like just a regular Z3 mode. Windfox is on the Lambo fight, and here comes the miss for Tettlink. Probably gonna be feeling pretty bad considering that this was left out for a while, and he and it only took him quite a bit to get over those mitts. Over on Windfox's side, that's 6 crystal or 6 Triforce pieces down. I think, knowing his position, it's a Meyer play. But I can safely say at this rate, I guess he hadn't done the right side at all. The whole Graveyard Ledge area that you get to begin with. But I can safely say that Tettlink has a pretty sizable advantage because of that hook shot. And Tettlink is just going to take that to the bank and just go to Ice Palace. This will leave him with 1 more to go. We know that neither Samaria nor Fire Rod was here. So it would have to be Hookshot Cave at that given rate. So at this given time, everyone's just going to retrace each other's footsteps. So I guess we could just go ahead and refresh here. So this is the Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Race. We're playing AmbroZ1a or AmbroZ1a. I don't know how you you would say it without the fact of consideration that the Z1 is in the name. Like when you have the Z1 in it, when you don't separate it. Our runners are Windfox 470, Technolink, Plumeria Knight, and Animus United. I'm Professor Surrender. I'm just going myself here. I'm with Artero and Nervadosh on the tracking. This is Speaking 4. If you haven't done it already, go ahead and give our crew a follow and our runners as well. They're putting on a show for us on this lovely Tuesday afternoon here in Eastern Time. And yeah, I mean, we could just say AmbroZ1a, but I would also, like, if you were just saying it like that, like AmbroZ1a is a whole other mode. That's why I'm saying AmbroZ1a Z1, just because it's gonna sound like chicken speak if I just try to incorporate the Z1 into it. Like when you say it with, like, as AmbroZ1a with the Z1 in its name, when you try to say, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, Windfox has the powder. Eventually, all of our runners is gonna have to head up to Spike Cave, because this is gonna be thoroughly last locations. AmbroZ1, that's actually that's a lot better actually. For what Artero was saying, that's actually a lot better. Oh yeah, there is also a cane, but it is the blue one, so not exactly what we're looking for. And Plumeria and I will Plumeria and I will get the bread boomerang. Alright, Windfox is gonna go ahead and do the check for the big bomb. We're just gonna know that this is nothing. This is what I'm seeing in chat is pretty cursed, because oh, so Windfox is opting to go ahead and do like a tower. And it actually makes sense to do it, because you have two items here. Because we have like universal keys on. And we are gonna see a Meyer play coming up from Plumeria Knights in just a bit. Now, this we did end up finding the silver arrows from Windfox, so not exactly what we're looking for. Especially considering what this mode is really about. And it looks like Windfox is just gonna go ahead and say we're gonna go up to Spike Cave now. We're at the mountain. This is more likely a Spike Cave play. And it looks like so Plumeria Knight. Now, Okay. Looks like it's not going to be that. I'm more looking to say this. It might just be okay. So this is a either tablet check. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, okay, so this is a dark type balance check. This will lead to hookshot eventually. Now for Primary Knight, if he finds both Samaria and Fire Rod here, then the advantage of the hookshot gets undone, and Primary Knight is in go mode. Whereas Technolink is only looking for either one of those. So yeah, Technolink still has an advantage, although it's with the Meyer play by Primary Knight, this could swing back in the favor of there's one. Yeah, there's one of them. That's Samaria. This is now starting to swing back into. Okay, never mind. So Technolink is heading over to Meyer now. This is a Meyer play. This will lead into go mode eventually. So whatever advantage that advantage that Primary Knight would have gained by by finding Samaria in the first place gets undone by Technolink's decision to go to Meyer. And it does open Turtle Rock, yes. Okay, Windfox opting to go ahead and do Hookshot Cave now. And he is, but he's gonna go ahead and try and kill the Baris here, so he can set himself up for a hover. I know Windfox can hover. Looks like the rhythm was off because he dropped the control a little bit. Yeah, it's having a little bit of trouble getting the start of the hover here. It's not like hovering is hard to do. It's just you gotta get the rhythm down. That's why I'm like horribly inconsistent with hovering. He's probably just gonna, yeah. At that point, you're trying to do the hover 3 times and you can't, you 3 times, all 3 of them end up being, you keep falling. There's no way you're gonna continue forward. You're gonna have to take the hook shot, you're gonna have to take the play for Spike Cave, which will result in the hook shot, and that's where Animus is going as well. But yeah, at this point, Technolink will be in go mode very, very soon. A mushroom for Primary Knights that could lead to the Fire Rod. But knowing what we know, Technolink has like, of course, Primary doesn't know this already. Doesn't know this, but with Technolink, the hookshot advantage that he had for quite a bit going into Spike Cave, by doing Spike Cave first, he had the opportunity to clear out Swamp, and he did. And it's only now that Animus and Windfox are taking the play over to Swamp Palace. And Primary Knight, even though he did find Samaria before Technolink, it wouldn't matter because he's about to get that Samaria right now. Just because of the fact that the hookshot existed in his inventory for as long as it had. even though despite the fact that, yeah, he didn't have mitts. But either way, at just a little bit before 120, that's technically in go mode. All he really needs to do now is just to clear Meyer. And that's it. Yeah, Samaria ended up being in Meyer. It was in the lobby chest. It's a decision that you'd have to make a call for to say that, yes, I am going to try and make a play for, I am going to try and make a play for, I'm going to try and make a play for Samaria's Meyer. It does work out. However, with Mary Knight, he only has the one item plus a mushroom that could lead to Fire Rod. But at this rate, Technolink's got pretty much in full control here. Let's switch over to Technolink's feed, considering he's got the lead here. Some good old Donkey Kong country. Right, that's not. What am I saying? That's not Donkey Kong Country. That's Chrono Trigger. Or wait. Oh no. Oh wait. This is a high quality rip. Duh. How would I would have like I mean I would have if I hadn't realized it until now. Like this Donkey Kong Country, yes. But it's also just a high quality rip. But anyway, GG's out. Get your GG's out for Technolink, as he's gonna make his way over to Muradala to finish this race out. And there we go. He'll finish with an official race time of 1:22:39. Good for second place overall. With Shire finishing at 1:20:02. In first place, so just about it'd be 2 minutes 37 seconds to, apart from each other. It looks like Pomerian actually realized that. Oh wait a minute, I don't have the Fire Rod here. I can't possibly do the roller room without the Fire Rod. Windfox will finish up. We'll go ahead and take down Argus, and we'll get the 7th Triforce piece. And well, same thing with Animus. And the ringing in my ear says that Technolink is here in the booth with us. GG.
GG. Or should I say, Granddad?
Beatstones.
Whoa.
Yeah, I didn't even I switched to your audio and I didn't even I was hearing. I mean Donkey Kong Country first, and then I'm like, oh wait, this is Chrono Trigger. But then I realized, oh no, wait, this is a high quality because I'm hearing Thriller as well. So, like, anyway, mitts.
Yes, and hookshot.
Yes, but you know, to see, you had the hookshot way before more than anyone else, and Windfox and Animus took a little bit to get to it, whereas Pomerania is still on the hunt for that hookshot, probably trying to find an ounce with the Fire Rod.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was at the point where I was like, okay, so I definitely need mitts, which puts TR basically out of reach because I need the Chaos Samaria So I only needed bits and Samaria or Fire Rod for go mode. That's basically it. I'm already happy I didn't die on the way to
Speaking of which, Fire Rod was in Lava Room. And Plumeria is now in go mode.
Oh my words. If it is in Lava Room, isn't it better to just continue through TR then? If you find it? I wonder.
Yeah, that would be the case, but I think you would. It would be better to go for Skull Woods, which is what Plumeria Knight's doing. Makes sense. It's quicker that way.
Well, I would just finish off with the last pendant, I guess. That would be me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that bow placement basically sent me straight over to to Pod, and then I mean Eastern. But yeah, finding all of that in that area. Phew, I'm already happy I didn't die on the way down, so I came on half a heart at the end.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, like so. See, with Plumeria Knight's choice to go and do to not do Spike Cave, he was looking for an out within Mire, which was Samaria. But at that point, it's like it looked like Plumeria may have had an advantage depending on if it was in if the Fire Rod was in Mire, which it wasn't. But as soon as you went into into the Mire area, that's like, okay, yeah, this is pretty much all sewn up. You're gonna come out first, for sure.
Yeah, finding that Samaria was just why is it even there?
I mean, there's a whole mode called "Why Is That There?" But even then, that doesn't even the Samaria in Mire doesn't even qualify for the "Why Is That There" category.
I imagine, but yeah, I can imagine if you don't find the hookshot with the mids, then you go into TR a lot earlier and you find that Fire Rod. So it's interesting. It was an interesting seed. There were a lot of where do I go now choices.
Yeah, it was an interesting race for what it was. Seeing how you would approach this race. And for the record, I've never really seen AmbroZ1a ever. Like, I know it exists in the ladder, but I never bothered to do the ladder because I haven't done it for a while.
Yeah, I have never played AmbroZ1a either, but I basically go by the rulebook of Traverse Hunt, which is basically go to the places that have the most items. Yeah. Then again, that's how I tend to route anyhow. Just go to wherever I can go, and especially now, just focus on clearing dungeons. Doesn't matter what it is, just clear it. Just like in all dungeons.
Right. With that in mind, we have Plumeria finishing with a 127.58. That's good enough for third place overall. So, right behind Yo. And here's Plumeria Knight with us in the booth. And GG.
Oh, thank you.
GG.
So, I want to. Do you want to know where the host shop was?
It had to be in Swamp Palace.
it was in Spike Cave.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
I don't mind hating that.
Yeah, that's a really hard check to justify, and at any given time, in any given seed.
Yeah.
Well, except for entrance, but that's just entrance in a nutshell. But yeah, it's really hard to justify going into Spike Cave. Technolink had it for the longest out of anyone who picked up the hookshot.
Yeah, if that's your go mode, that's pretty good find, I'd say. But if it's not, you definitely spend a little extra time in Swamp Palace.
Yeah, for Technolink's case, all he had to do was look around, look for either Fire Rod or Samaria.
Yeah.
And as we know now, it was all within. We all know now that this was the Samaria was in Meyer, which is a little hard. It's a really hard choice to justify.
Yeah, I think that Samaria was required though, right? Because
Yes.
yeah, you had to get that to get the fire rod at least.
Yeah, or if you had the hook shot, that would have been your last try force piece to win the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was interesting. If the hook shot was picked up, then it would have been more interesting to see.
Yeah.
It probably would have been close if that was the case. Yeah. But I will mention though is that the mitts technically took a little bit to get to. Compared to practically most of the people here.
Finding the mitts felt really good, but getting the flute at dig spot late was just, I think my exact words were, well, that's not good.
Yeah.
Apparently this mode has the flute activated. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Of this mode.
It threw people. I did see that like Windfox got thrown off by that because it was. I thought for a second he may have missed the platform. Like he missed the window where like the area where you would use the flutes. Yeah, I was just gonna mention that too because it tripped up 2 people. I think it was Plumeria and Windfox. And also Technolink.
Well, I didn't get choked up by it, so I know that. So. But yeah. Oh, how about that Para basement key though? That key for a key there. This mode long keys or what?
Yeah, at least you got a key back for you. At least you got your key back when you did do Hero Basement. So you didn't come out with a net loss.
Yeah, that was unfortunate, but that's the breaks.
Yep.
Yeah, agreed. It's well, I think Animus is also going to be activating that flute, or at least going to. Yep, that's 3 out of 4.
Gotta be sure to read those descriptions.
Yes. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, well, I have to say I do enjoy this mode. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's fun to put the emphasis on the regular bosses and just kind of do things a little bit quicker than a full Ganon seed.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. It's watching it for the first time. It definitely seems like a fun mode. You know, I haven't done the ladder in like bits. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to comment on. I guess what I can't comment on is League is a thing. It's coming up pretty soon. Yeah, I can't wait to I can't wait for that startup. League is always a great time whenever it starts up. It's just like one of those events that just feels good to watch. It's like all the teams, like watching the teams play, watching the various modes play. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun. My team's getting ready, so yeah.
Likewise. Yeah,
I have a question for you. Did you also save and quit before picking up the final crystal?
Save and quit before the final...
Yeah, before you got the final dungeon prize. As in, you got the Triforce and immediately save and quit.
Yeah, I didn't get it in. I thought about it after the crystal dropped, and I think it was too late at that point. So, yeah, another crystal this mode.
Yeah, I was about to I think you can actually save a bit of time by mirroring out or saving and quitting in time, but you don't want to risk it early on because you don't know if you need to go into GT.
Yeah, GT should be pretty rare in these settings, but it is possible. So yeah, you just never know.
Yeah, but bow in GT and what else? Maybe a hookshot to ensure. Yeah, bow and hookshot in GT, and then it's forced. For instance.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will say though, just to bring things together, Windfox did end up finishing with an official time of 1:35:04. That's good enough for 5th overall, with High Ruler taking 4th with 1:32:27.
Nice.
All right. Well, if that's all for me, then I will bow out.
Yeah, same here. I'll also be moving out. And then, well, GG, Plumeria. Thanks, Renderer, of course, and of course the trackers who've been tracking. And thanks for having me.
No problem. And Windfox won't join us for an interview, but GG's to him. He put up a good round. Yeah, and with Ted, and also now Animus United's now in Go mode. I have to pick up the Samaria. So I guess while we have a bit of time to just, or as we're nearing the end of this, I might as well kind of bring attention to the schedule, because Speaking Live online tournaments are still going, and they are probably starting now. We have on the docket for tonight, for the day, we have Zelda 1 randomizer, Castlevania Symphony of the Night randomizer, Time Spinner randomizer, the 80% Super Metroid, 80% Super Metroid, Area of Sorrow randomizer, Mega Man X, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest randomizer, and of course, Link to the Past randomizer with its spoiler tournaments. Anything that's not other things of note too that's not relating to SG Live is Kamiko. We have the Kamiko 100% speedrun tournament that's going on at 7 p.m. on Speed Gaming 5 rather. Going on right now too is I don't know if it's still going, but Pokemon Red 80% is back with the with its glitchless mode, with its glitchless rule set. So that's kind of cool to see that again. And of course, and then Mega Man 2 randomizer is coming back up. It's pretty soon well, not pretty soon, but at 9 p.m. on Speed Gaming Prime. That's the last Triforce piece for Animus United. And then also at midnight is the SMC3 Condable Randomizer tournament for SG Live. I completely forgot to mention that as well. The next daily race will be at 9 p.m. on Wednesday, and the mode is going to be Inverted Flutes Kisani. So, yeah, a bit more fun, a little bit more interesting, and more thing. It's just inverted keys, the mode of kings, as it's sometimes called, with an activated flute, which would be pretty cool. Animus United does finally finishing with an official race time of 1:38:48, which is good for 7th place overall, with Area Stark 29:42 finishing 6th with 1:35:42. There's one other racer still going, and yeah, that's our race here. Yeah, overall, pretty interesting seed for what it was. The hookshot could have definitely messed up things. And the fire rod that for Plumeria was the one out to prevent hookshot from being a thing. But even then, you would still have to go into Mire to even get that fire rod to begin with. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to say at this point. I'll just wait for Animus. We'll see if Animus can get Animus in for an interview soon. If not, then yeah. I guess since I was mentioning League, just not too long ago, the reveal stream is going to be on like this Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time. Yeah, and you can just use whatever time zone converted to figure out where that would be in your time zone. This will be when all the teams will be revealed, and who will be competing in this in season 5 of the Link to the Past Randomizer League for season 5. And yeah, it'll be cool. And then after that, it should be, if I'm reading this right, the first races will start. First races will start. I need to pull up the thing. The first races will start on the week of October 3rd, 2022, so 2 weeks from now. With co-op info share all dungeons. So we did have a daily race earlier that yesterday that was open all dungeons just to get people ready to ready for the league. But yeah, I don't remember having anything else to comment on outside of that. And yeah, so I guess with that being said, I would give all 4 of our runners a follow because they deserve it. And our team here, which is Artero and Nervindulged on the tracking, and me, Professor Render, flying solo today on the commentary side. And again, next next daily race will be Wednesday. Will be on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, rather, and that would be 9 p.m. The inverted key city with a flute start. So definitely wanted to keep your eyes peeled for that one. If you want to get involved, definitely join the Discord. We'll happily give you the information that you need to get started on your rando career, as well as learning how to race and all that stuff. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say other than just thanks everyone for watching this. I guess we'll just wait until I guess we're waiting until the collection rate shows up on Animus' screen. I don't have anything else. I really have nothing else to say at this point. I kind of wish I had something to say, but I don't. Yeah. Also, I guess if one thing too, another way to get involved is the ladder. I did mention that this AmbroZ1 is a ladder mode. This was in one of the previous seasons that was happening, and I think it might. I don't know if it's going to be in this coming season. I don't think it is. I don't think it is there. But I guess the one thing I will comment before we do comment is that there's, if you may have seen this on the speed gaming channels now, like speed gaming channels and with the bots, but there is a speedrun competition going on for the game Trifox, which is a twin stick adventure game they're offering Speed Gaming is offering $1,000 to the top $1,000 in prizes to the people who make it to the top of the speedrun boards of the speedrun, the fastest time. And there's a trailer for it. It's linked there, as well as the sign up form and the Steam page for the game. So if you want to try out a game that it looks interesting, I looked at it a little bit. It does seem a little interesting if you like twin stick shooters, like twin stick games, like I don't know, Smash TV, Robotron 2047 or 2048 rather. Was it 2048? $2084. If you like those kind of twin stick games, this game will be right up your alley. It'll be I don't know when that one is set to start. Oh wait, no, never mind. I do have it. The race will be there will be a month of practice before we have a Chase for the Record event that will be happening on October 15th. So one of the Speed Gaming channels, and they'll talk about it. Trifox. So yeah, guess now we have the question right now for Animus. I don't think he's joining us for an interview, but GG's to Animus. Put up a good one. Put up a good race. I think now at that point, now everyone we can probably close it out. So thanks everyone for watching this, and take it easy.